I know I will die one day. I don't dwell on it. I see enough death each day. There are elements of this job that are not strictly rational. It's not a mechanical job. It's not a this will work because it fits job. It's a reacting to people, their mood, their emotional state. So you've sort of got to be fairly intuitive and reactive to the job. Good afternoon, I'm Dean Maxted. I work as a funeral director here at H. Morris Funeral Services. I've been here for just over 10 years. I left school and then did a couple of years on heavy industry as a mechanic. Didn't like the job. I saw an advertisement in the paper for a film and TV course in Christchurch at the Dux Deluxe. So I did that course, spent 20 years film and TV as a grip mostly. When I was a grip, one of the camera operators was very kind one day and he said I was an intuitive grip, which I think really meant that I'd never hit my marks on the dolly. But I liked the idea that it was intuitive and we just end up where we need to be. So, and it's the same thing here. I need to be where the family need me to be, not imposing checklists and that sort of thing. And then I injured myself, which meant that I wasn't really going to be able to do my job as a grip because it's a lot of heavy lifting. I thought I'd be an English teacher or an undertaker, and there seemed to be fewer adolescents in the undertaking job. I didn't think I would have had the patience for being a school teacher. Credit to them. So yeah, I went around and visited and somebody offered me a job. I accept death as part of the state of living. I think there's a modesty in knowing that everything that exists in time runs out of time at some point. From the start of the day, I walk through the door, I turn the lights on. If it's cold, I turn the heaters on, because not only do people who come into our building as family members need to be welcomed in, so do my colleagues. So if it's a cold day, I try and get here a little bit early, turn the heaters on. Cars need to be cleaned. The hearse needs to be cleaned for a service later in the day or tomorrow. If I've got time, I'll do that. We have a morning meeting to start the day where we stand around, we look at each other, we work out what each of us need to do and to do for each other so that we operate more comprehensively together, as well as the really practical things. We need to transfer somebody from the coroners and we need to do it in a time that gives the mortuary team enough time to do their thing, to look after the person so that we can take them home tomorrow. The toilets need cleaning, the place needs vacuuming, because you have no idea how messy sausage rolls are from yesterday's afternoon tea. Just mundane, ordinary, tedious things, but need to be attended to. People need to trust us to feel assured that even though somebody has died, they'll be looked after. By no means am I immune to it. Because part of the job is understanding people. You've got to have a feel for what they're going through. But I think it's a really important thing to make that distinction between my job for them, the things I can do for them in their time of grief. There can be a poetry in death, a final sign-off line. If life was a poem, then it might be quite beautiful, but sometimes it's a dirty old doggerel or a filthy limerick. Art has its beauty and also has its ugliness as well. Ultimately, the beauty of life is what we should be noticing on the way through, but we're avaricious and impatient animals, and so there's not a lot of time for that sometimes. I think that noticing the lyrical nature of life is admirable wherever you are, whether you're dying or not.